Good morning, everybody. Am I live? I am live. Holy cow. Getting live here on TikTok, Instagram. Good morning. I'm going to be working on this is the VeeFriends comics stream. Just drawing some comics. It's my start of my work day. I'm going to be inking up this Sunday comic today. Maybe doing a little coloring on it, featuring the three-horned harpic. Let's tell the crew that I'm live. You know, if you're hanging out on X or whatnot. Not whatnot. Not the channel whatnot. But good morning. Good morning, good morning. Let's throw a note out to X real quick. It's been a minute. Gonna be working on some comics today. Chatting up with the live chat. Let's go live on Instagram. We are now live on Instagram. We should be live on VeeFriends Comics. Yes. Great. We're live on all of these channels that you can see on your screen. Make sure you follow us. I'm going to be live 8 to 10 today. 8 to 10 a.m. Check it out. Doing my own posting here real quick. I did not have this stream planned, but got to do some work today on this, so why not jump right in? I'll be checking your comments in the chat. What's up, H-Town Astro, S. Berms, Orion, good morning over on YouTube. Takagi on X, S. Berms on X, Ruthless Rob, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. This is the VeeFriends Comics stream. Good morning over there on Instagram too. Very Kelly World, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How about that? Good morning, DJ that just joined. I'm a DJ too. What's up? This is me starting my day. I am, by the way, I am DJ Kaufman, the director of comics here at VeeFriends. We're making all kinds of comic books. Be sure to check us out on VeeFriends.com. VeeFriends.com. You can read free comics, check out the new Topps Chrome, all kinds of cool things to do. Check out all 280 something characters that we have in this new crazy universe that we're creating right in front of your face, like Gary likes to say. All right, let me. We're only here. I'm not this is not a whatnot stream. Someone asked me. Sometimes I'm on whatnot for the drawing board stream. There's nothing for sale on this stream. It's just me working. It's me actually doing the work. So if you at 9 a.m. they will be, for those that are wondering what the heck I'm talking about, over on an app called Whatnot, we've got tons and tons of shows happening now. Today, Ezra and Courtney are going to hold it down for Topps Chrome case break. You can, a lot of giveaways happening. You can buy some things there today, 4:30 as well. All these, we do the drawing boards over on Whatnot. So Ali on the comics team will be there with Corso, and then myself and Corso always at Thursdays at 10 a.m. over there. We do a lot of giveaways, comic book giveaways, stuff like that. But on this stream, this one you're watching right now, it's just me hanging out. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, say hello in the chat. Say I can hear you. I'm watching 3 chats here. I'm watching Instagram, I'm watching TikTok, and I'm watching everybody else over here. So on X and YouTube and whatever. So hi Anna, good morning. Yeah, the Whatnot shows are very fun, for sure. But yeah, this is basically just a look in my work as I just starting my day here at 8:20. I started a lot earlier than that actually, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to go live this morning. There's a lot of other things I could do that I need to do too, but I haven't been live in a little bit on these channels, so I wanted to get back to that. Sometimes if you don't schedule it in, it just doesn't happen, Things have a funny way of creeping into your schedule, whether that's drawing comics or working out or eating healthy or anything else. Like, you might just, if you don't plan it, it might not get done. So this comic will feature thoughtful three-horned harpic and a little kid that's found a treasure map. If you're new to VeeFriends, make sure you email us at comics@VeeFriends.com. I'm not going to talk as much. Why does it look so blue? I got to fix this. This looks way too blue up on the top. The top part. I got to fix that real quick, though. That's bothering me. Is that it? Nope. iPhone cam. We can get into these properties and fix this real quick. I got to make that more purple. It's going to drive me crazy. Hopefully. No, filters. All right. Maybe it's a saturation, gamma, hue shift. All right, I'm adjusting that color up here on the top for the blue. It's bothering me. Oh, there we go. Am I getting it? A little bit of a hue shift. I want it to match, because gosh darn it, you deserve the best. Because what I'm looking at here is purple. All right, that's good enough, I guess, for right now. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. We'll leave it at that. Enough monkeying around there. Good morning, Mrs. Lynch. Jennifer Mann, what's going on? I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. I'm on Facebook Live too now as well. So appreciate you guys watching, hanging out. We will get things cooking here. And I usually just talk as I work. And I check out your chats. Clem, what's up? Yeah. So this is just, it's been a while. People have gotten used to the high energy, the very high energy whatnot streams where there's giveaways and things like that and all kinds of stuff happening. And listen, my streams, it's just a boy and his comic drawing board. I'm opening the window, opening the door, letting you into the studio here as I work. I've got a lot of inking to do. This comic is due sometime tomorrow for the newspapers. We're in 72 different newspapers through Lee Enterprises across the country. And that's the deal. I got to have a comic done, a big comic done every week and uploaded by Wednesday. And that's what I do. That's my primary, not my primary job actually. We're running a comics team where we're doing comic books as well. You might have seen our comic books. So we've got a comics team. Shout out to Chris Faison, Ali Castro. And we just brought on another one. We got Kate Comics joining the crew full-time. She's been drawing comics behind the scenes for us for a while. And she'll be joining us full-time. I can't wait for you to see the comics that she's drawn. And really, Gary and myself are writing most of the all of them. All the comics right now. It's really guided by Gary. If you don't know who Gary is, you don't know what I'm talking about. That's Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. This is his baby. This is his baby. And just having a good time working on this, helping build this brand up. Stories are very important to tell. How long is the contract with Lee Enterprises for? I couldn't tell you, even if I knew. I mean, I do know, but I can't tell you. But you know what? I think it can go on for however long we want it to. they're very happy. They're very happy with us, and I would say, you know, I'm pretty happy with them. They never edit me or, you know, anything like that. Sometimes newspapers can be a little finicky, but we keep it safe. We play it safe with the newspaper. We know. We don't want to shock anybody with crazy stories or topics. You know, I think VeeFriends is pretty safe in that way, at least these comics. Not so for some of the comic books we're working on. A little bit more mature topics and things, I think. But definitely through the end of the year, and then maybe we'll just talk about it. See, we have a big focus on comic books right now, and for the foreseeable future. So, just because we can tell longer stories and things like that, so that's nice. You know what? I don't need to do that. And this is just. It's pretty wild, you know. I haven't been regular on these live streams since the Chrome launch. Really, I come on occasionally. I did maybe 3 or 4 since the Chrome launch, and Chrome is Topps Chrome. It's trading cards, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Because a lot of people do just jump in and out of these streams, especially on TikTok and Instagram. People fly in, fly out. We've got Topps Chrome out now. We've got a bunch of different stuff. So a lot of people have just discovered the brand through Topps Chrome, and they have no idea that we have comic books. They have no idea that we have a comics team or that we're writing stories or any of that. So, you know, I was like, man, I got to get back out there. I got to get back out there and chill out with the crew. Rocky, what's up? Hope you're hanging in there. Rocky's been battling some cancer. He's still hanging in there. Rock. We got a lot of regular community that join these streams in the mornings. It's just basically me starting my workday, to be honest. I'm just putting the camera on and you know, jamming through some of these inks. Sometimes being live kind of keeps me honest, so I'm not you know, accidentally falling down a rabbit hole of social media or like a random message that comes into me. And then I'm like, wait, what did I do for the past 45 minutes? I was answering people's questions via email. And then I feel like, ugh, you know, not very creative when you get stuck in email or tedious planning land, you know. This is all about waking up, taking action. There's something, I don't know if you guys can hear the alarms outside, but there's, in my small town that I live in, I'm south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the alarm goes off a lot. The fire whistle goes off a lot. Hopefully no one's house is on fire, but it goes off every day, so I doubt there's a fire every day. I think they just put it off at different times. I think maybe the fire guys are bored too sometimes. But shout out to our firemen. They're very prompt and on it. You know. One time this is what I'm gonna do on these types of streams. I'll just have a memory as I'm inking. One time my carbon monoxide detector went off accidentally. I pushed a button and we set it off. And man, a whole entire fire crew came here and they demanded to come into our house and check things. And I was like very embarrassed. Like, man, it was just a mistake. And they're like, we have to double check, sir. And I'm like, all right. They had axes and all kinds of, like, I was like, dude, don't. No, it was just me. I just messed up. I pushed the button. And, whoops. So we deactivated that. Because I did not need that in my life. I don't need my fire. Every time I cook, the fire or the smoke alarm goes off. Even if there's no smoke, it's just the most ridiculous smoke alarm in the planet, I think. But, you know, better safe than sorry, I suppose. Yeah. I'll check your questions and look up. So I've been drawing a mock-up for a VHS on my lives. I've been drawing a mock-up for a VHS on my lives. Says Imperfect Video Productions. I'll try to put that sentence together. I haven't had enough coffee yet. I'm DJ. This is what I look like. This is my coffee. Good morning, Jennifer. Eric, what's up? Yeah. Thanks for hanging out on TikTok, Instagram. We're live on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. Follow us at VeeFriends Comics. I'm working on a Sunday comic strip right now. We're in Sunday newspapers across the country. I'm trying to get my down shot going on there. I like to show my... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? This is feeling wrong. This is bare. We can't have that. Let's open up a VeeFriend Mini really quick. These are VeeFriends Minis. They're in vending machines around the country. They're little pencil toppers. I love them. I don't think they get much love. They're just kind of out there doing their thing, spreading the word. VeeFriends. This is probably... My hands look very yellow now. I gotta redo this color correction here. I can't stand it. I don't know what's going on. This is supposed to look way more orange. Can I just reset defaults? Yes. There. That's way better. I don't look like I'm all jaundiced or something. There we go. All right. No offense to jaundice folks out there, dealing with some stuff. We got a Mojo mouse. Thing I like about the Mojo mouse is his tail goes up his back. Looks kind of like a question mark. It smells like bubble gum. This is a basic, one of the basic ones, but you know, Mojo mouse. Oh, we set a little 15-minute timer there. All right. Corso, shout out to Corso. Flight delays. Coming back from, I believe, watching the Fives pickleball team. It's Kayla. I need to sleep. It's 12:30 a.m. here. I'm running on 4 hours sleep. Enjoy your coffee, and I'll see you on the next one. Right on. I'm going to put out a schedule, I promise. I'll put out a schedule. I'll get back onto the regular, 8 a.m. streams. Probably for myself. Just because I got a lot to do. And we got a lot to do. Got a lot to work on. Some of the stuff I can't show you yet because it'll really spoil things. But then I'm also debating. I'm like, you know what? If you take your time and you join the stream and you see something you're not, we didn't put out yet, well, maybe that's your reward for hanging out. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, man, it's been fun. Done a lot of traveling, kind of settling back down a little bit. Personal traveling plus VeeFriends travel there. And it feels good to just be back in the saddle here and at home. And I was like missing the live streams a little bit that aren't, we always do the Wednesday or the Thursday live stream with whatnot, but sometimes that's just gonna be, it's more sales related, or we're doing giveaways, and it's very different pace. This is just me working on comics with you, hanging out, maybe answering some questions. VeeFriends is over 200, I like to say it, I'm just gonna say it, it's over 280 characters of different traits. Here we've got the thoughtful three-horned harpic, which it's not just about being thoughtful. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thoughtful three-horned harpic is your thoughts, right? Your power of your mind. Oh, there goes the fire whistle again. This town is burning down, my friends. We're gonna go down with the ship. The power of your mind. If you look around your room or wherever you're at, everything that's not nature, houses, computers, all that stuff came from people's minds, their imagination. So your thoughts become things, and that's one element. Of course, he's thoughtful and he cares, but it's really about play and imagination and, thoughtfulness, being mindful of your. We have a mindful Minakawa, but and if you think about it, little known fact about this character, if you don't know, VeeFriends fans already know, but it's the only character of the VeeFriends that's not an animal, not a human, not a plant, because we have a couple plants. We have one plant, pea. The peas. Pea salad. It's the only character that's completely made up out of Gary's brain. So that's kind of the element of imagination. Kind of part dragon, part cat, part just his own thing. He's a Harpic, He's not like anything else. One of a kind. Thanks, Kayla. Go to bed. 12:30 where you are, so let's say that's like, are you in Australia, or where the heck is it 12:30 right now? Or is that back in like Indonesia or something? I don't know. Well, hopefully you're not listening. Hopefully you're in bed. India? I don't know. Where's it 12:30 a.m. right now? Tell me, chat. Let's see. I'm using a pink color when I export. It's not the bright pink I used to. Export's muted with brown. I can't really help you. I don't know. I'm not a tech support. If I knew, I would tell you though. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. This comic is about a little boy found a map, treasure map. It's time for adventure. He's going to take it into this other adult. I also want some rocks here. It's important that these rocks be made of gold. Will make sense later, but you'll see it more and more. Well, it could make sense now, actually, if I really show you. In V World, let's take a look. VeeFriends.com. Say you gotta read this comic, VeeFriends number 2. Also, when you're on that page, go ahead and sign up for our email for comics. Stay up to date on all the new comic releases and stories and stuff. Click this. Inside of this origin story of Fearless Fairy, I might show a little bit of V-World here. You see these rocks? They're kind of made of gold. There's golden rocks just hanging out. Even down, just something I do. There's a rock, gold rock, golden rocks. They're just like basically rocks, and they're made of gold. But it doesn't mean anything to the VeeFriends because it's like they're just rocks to the VeeFriends. Maybe our rocks are worth way more in their world. That kind of thing. Just talking about value. Picture like my story brain just starts going, and I could start doing that now more on the streams. But my thought is like, what if there's like an adventurer that stumbles into V World and he sees all these rocks that are gold, and he's like, I've hit the fortune, right? And of course he's trying to gather them up. He's trying to carry all these gold nuggets. It's very heavy. He's almost obsessed because he thinks he's found his fortune. And then he just can't carry it. It's a burden. And, maybe the VFriends, maybe he's like almost going to die because like he's so greedy and so full of, whatever. Let's put some shutters on these windows here. Let's just do that. Just put some little shutters here. Little added detail just because you're here. We're going to put shutters on this man's windows. It's very small detail, but, whatever. Might as well finish his roof, too. Oh, he's got like a little shadow underneath that roof lip there. I won't draw the tiles. That's not necessary. Stop it, DJ. Stop noodling. That's what we call it in cartooning when we're noodling. Like, I don't even really need too much of this man. I want his just silhouette. Thanks, Walker Art. What's going on? There you go. So anyways, yeah, maybe that's the idea, that in this world, these gold nuggets, if you've not been to V World and you get there and you're like, wow, look at all this gold. I'm rich. And then like, doesn't quite work out. When you're just only seeing that and not seeing the... Let's just go ahead and put this. He has some glasses on, so whoops. This little nose. Working on like just silhouette here, because he's very small. He's just in the window of this house. Walker Art just jumped on while working. LOL. It's the best. This is better than working. This is my work. You're in my, this is my job at VFriends. So welcome. I'm more than happy for you to hang out when you should be working, whatever you're doing. This is way funner than that. We have a lot of work from home people still that join the streams. I get it, man. I get it. What brush am I using? I am using a brush that I made called Smooth Train. If you would like my brushes and you're an artist, all you have to do is email me at comics@vfriends.com. I'm more than happy to send you the brushes that I use. I usually sell them, but because you and I are friends here on this stream, get them for free. It's crazy how many of these I watch you do right before clocking in and I don't get to read. Melfi, hello on TikTok. Good morning. Yeah, it's a good way to start your day. Just chill out for a minute. Say hello in the chat. What's up? Tell me where you're at. Tell me where you're at in the world and what's the weather like today. Let's do the weather report. VFriends weather report. Let's do that first. And then I'll pull another mini. Tell me where you are in the world and what the weather's like. Yeah, sure. Walker said he spoke to Gary at Florida, I guess. A lot of people asking to be sketch card artists on the next set. or comics. We're pretty set. We're pretty set with comics right now, but if you want to email us your information to comics@VFriends.com, that's just Corso and I that get this email. And please send it to comics@VFriends.com. All right, in Panama City, Florida, it's hot already, Melfi says. D. Coleman's in California, and it's a nice 61 degrees in California. This is the VFriends weather report around the world. Tell me where you're at, what the weather's like. A little small talk. Charles Weber, what's up? Harpic Comic. Thank you again for the package. It's currently cloudy and 60 degrees. I don't know why she heard me say that, but whatever. Jennifer says Massachusetts, beautiful spring morning. I was just doing the weather, so. Weather is warm in Wisconsin, Ruthless Rob says. A little bit of a delay. I don't like that 10-second, 30-second delay. All right. That's been the VFriends weather report. Tell me where you're at in the country, what the weather's like, a little small talk. So like the thing when you're like walking down the street talking to neighbors and you're like, weather's pretty good. You don't have nothing else to say. So you're just like, yep, the weather's great. Looks like summer's around the corner. Looks like we got some comics to be drawn. This is a Sunday comic strip that will be in newspapers. When we're done, we'll take a look at last Sunday's. Last Sunday's was this guy on the top of a mountain with consistent cougar. And he's like, I made it. The tippy top of Success Mountain. Curious cranes flying by. Congrats, friend. Tenacious Termite, you did it. Nobody thought I could do it. I sure showed them. We always knew you could do it. You stayed consistent and tenacious. I should have made that balloon go into this. Oh well, I messed up. Now what? Yeah, what's next for you? I don't know. For the first time in a long time, I have no clue. This was my only destination. I thought this would make me happy, but I feel so alone up here. Yep, it can be lonely at the top. Maybe you chose the wrong mountain. What do you mean? Well, if you're only climbing to prove them wrong, it'll never feel right. Good news is, happiness is always on the horizon, right over there. There's the happy hill. How did I never see that before? Because you spent so long climbing, you forgot to stop and look around. You proved you're not a quitter. Now prove you can love the journey. This just says, hey, keep climbing. What else are you going to do? Quit? And read more comics at VeeFriends.com. So that's like basically a Sunday comic strip. We've done others. This is one of my favorite ones here. And that's what it's going to look like when it's all done. And right now I'm just inking this one up. It's due tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow I got to upload it. Let's draw this doorway first. It's 57 and partly cloudy where M. Lynch is, Miss Lynch. 60 degrees and cloudy in San Diego. If you are listening and you want to tell me where you're at and what the weather's like, we'll do the weather report, the VFriends weather report. Last night there was a huge storm in Texas. It was beautiful and scary at the same time. Those are the best. Beautiful, scary storms. I'm like, man, rock and roll. If the wind's going to blow me away, and that's what fate's decided for me, then let's go. I'm not afraid. It would suck, but it would suck. It's not how you want to go. That's for sure. Be like, this sucks, but right on. Let's do this. That's how I feel on airplanes sometimes too. If there's really bad turbulence, I'm like, bring it on. Let's just... Fine. Is this how it's going to go? I see. Clemhouse says, it's 82 and sunny in Southwest Florida. 82 and sunny in Southwest Florida. M. Lynch, Northwest Indiana, outside of Chicago, is 57 and partly cloudy. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? We're drawing comics. That's what we're doing. Drawing comics, telling you the weather. Hey, if you're itching to, buy some things, or on a Monday morning bright and early, we also have the Whatnot channel. Look at all these shows that are lined up. Holy Moses. Because Gary's like, I want live all the time. We talked about doing 30 hours a day, having multiple streams going at once. Topps Chrome break today at 9 a.m. if you want to jump over. And if you do jump over there, you could just tell them that the comics team sent you. DJ sent you, not the comics team, because they're not here. Just say DJ sent me, because Courtney and Ezra will be live breaking some Chrome, smashing it up, breaking those cases up. There's all kinds of stuff happening, and make sure you bookmark the drawing board shows. Tomorrow, Ali Castro on the team and Corso, and then Thursday will be me and Corso. I like to mix it up there. I like to mix it up and do different stuff on the Whatnot. Whatnot's a special app that you download on your phone, and it's pretty cool, pretty addictive. Be careful. My wife just bought earrings on there last night. She's like, I bought earrings on Whatnot. And I'm like, we've heard this gets addicting. Not supposed to be buying things. We keep making a pact not to buy things, and then we buy things. I'm like, whatever. Life is short. You buy those earrings if you want them. Just don't complain about it. Yeah, the breaks have been crazy lately. Somebody else asked me how I was feeling about all the crazy Topps Chrome stuff, and I'm like, it's cool. It's very cool. It's nice to see VeeFriends getting out there. People don't know who we are. It's all a big part of it. It's a bigger part. It's the biggest part, is that the Topps Chrome will help VeeFriends be known more. I hear it. I get questions almost every day in my DMs now, asking, like, people will pull a card or they'll see a thing and they'll be like, what is this? Can you draw for me? And I'm like, nope, I can't draw for you, but yes, VeeFriends is awesome. We're building the next, I don't like to say the next anything. We're building something like a Pokemon Marvel universe right in your face. We're just getting started, and this is just part of the journey. And live streams are a big part of that, whether it's live commerce or just chilling out like this with you. Alex, have a good day at work. He's off to work. Anybody else going off to work today? I hope you have a good day. Don't let any jerks get you down. I was just having some pizza on Thursday night. Thursday night I went, my old boss and a couple co-workers invited me up for some pizza and some drinks, and my old friend was saying how this is where I decompress from the stressful meetings I'm having, and I'm like, oh man, I just smiled. I'm like, I don't have those anymore. I really wish that for my friends, is that they find a job where they don't have stressful meetings and things. It's not good for you. It's not good for your health. Lightning Oak Soaps is cleaning the garage. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to clean that garage. Got to clean my office. Been saying it for a while. I started, but things just stack up. I've been told I had doom boxes. Like, ever heard of doom piles? Where you pile up laundry and stuff like that? I would put things in boxes, like little boxes. I would just empty my desk into a box. I'd be like, I'll sort this later. I was like, that's a doom box. And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this idea of having doom boxes around my office. So I spent a little time sorting those doom boxes. And just like I said earlier, if you don't make time, time ain't gonna make you. Like, just made that up. That sounds pretty good. If you don't make time, time ain't gonna make you. So you gotta make the time. If you know that your garage needs cleaned or there's something you're putting off, you just gotta go. You know what? Let's get to it. Stop being lazy. Stop being too busy. It's not fun. Cleaning is not fun. But it feels good once you're done. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it feels terrible. Maybe you want your doom piles back. I don't know. It's a personal choice, I guess. It's like a paper hat. Yeah, I was hanging out with those guys for a little bit, having some pizza and listening to the corporate stuff, and I was just like, oh man, I'm sorry guys. I'm so sorry. I quit that job. I quit those jobs. I wasn't going to do it anymore. I realized very quickly, and this was before I worked at VFriends too, I quit that job. I said, I'm going to go do something else. 11 years, I got paid really good salary, but it wasn't worth the stress. And, I was pursuing my passion, my purpose, storytelling, comics. And I just happened upon the VFriends, for sure. Kind of manifested that just from being out and keeping my mind focused on what I wanted and not what I didn't want. And that can happen for you as well. Not comics, but just keeping focused on what you want and what you don't want. Because if you focus on, man, I hate this, I hate this, I hate that, I hate these meetings, you're just going to get more of those meetings. You'll get more of what you don't want. That's just how it works. It sucks. So you got to focus on what you want. And don't be delusional about it. Just be like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I got to do to get there. I got to put the work in. I got to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then you just do it. Get it done, man. Don't think of shortcuts or anything like that. Just get the work done. I don't like this eye. I'm going to switch this over here a little bit. I'm rambling. I should shut up and draw. Shut up and dribble. Nice to know where your items are. Yeah. It's nice to know where your items are when you clean. Yeah. Yeah, one of the I don't want to be downer. I don't want to tell bad stories that are bummer, but I always think of a guy I knew named Doc. He worked in production at this plant, and when they shut the plant down, he had a stroke, died probably 2 months after they shut the plant down. He was under so much stress to provide for his family and stuff like that. That had to have a lot to do with it. And I remember the cold. I was very upset. I don't deal with death very well. You know what I mean? I deal with it, but I feel very, upset when people I know, even acquaintances, man, dang, Doc was cool, man. I just couldn't believe it. And I told some people up in the corporate chain, I'm like, man, you remember Doc? That dude died. And they're like, oh, that's a shame. And I'm like, whoa. you met that guy, aren't you gonna say like that's sad, or I don't know. I don't know what I expected them to do, but I didn't expect the cold. Like, yeah, it's all business. Who cares? Let's move on. I was like, I'm out of this place, man. I can't do it anymore, bro. I can't do it. That was really my deciding factor, because I was going to be able to stay at this job, and I just decided, like, I can't end up like Doc. I don't want to just be somebody's footnote. Yeah, that guy was cool. Yeah, that guy was all right. That guy drew things and whatever. I ain't doing that. I ain't going out like that, folks. It's not me. Not for me. So I'm going to be live probably till about 10 a.m. Just going to keep inking here, talking here. For those watching and listening, I want you to pick. Let's spin it around. Let's have a sip of coffee, take a little break. We're going to open up a mini. Let's do this. Blue. Blue, blue, blue. Blue versus yellow in the chat as I sip this coffee. I'll give you guys a second. Just say blue versus yellow in the chat. Blue versus yellow in the chat. These are the VeeFriends minis. We're going to play a little game. We got a blue. This is a season 3. Got a yellow. Hop on Whatnot. Tell them you were hanging out. They're live on Whatnot right now doing a Chrome break if you guys are addicted to Chrome. Let's go yellow today. Yellow, yellow. All right, yellow it is. More yellows today than blue. That's pretty surprising. Let's see who's in this one. Yeah, please, if you're into watching the Chrome break. Oh, wait. Hey, we got a gold. Be the bigger person. Heck. Yeah, it's a character that's really grown on me. Wasn't my favorite when I first started because it's a little weird. You know, I was like, what is this? The heart-faced big giant man with the little cloud, angry cloud, but I really enjoy him now. I'm gonna put him up. We'll put him in the place of adventure because I can't get rid of Gratitude Gorilla. We'll just set him there. Be the bigger person. Boy, it's tough sometimes, I know. It's tough till it's not. You know, how many people we got watching right now across the... Whoa, we have 526 people watching across Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Thanks so much. That's a good many. It's been a while since, like I said, I haven't been on since the Chrome. If you're new to VeeFriends, please email me at comics@VeeFriends.com. We've got comic books. We've got trading cards. Let's just do a real quick stream reset if you're hanging out here. Making comics. Over 280 characters on a mission to make positivity louder. Soft skills cool, hard skills cool. Created by Gary Vaynerchuk. You may know him on the internet as Gary V, hence the name V in VeeFriends. We've got cartoons. The children's cartoon is on YouTube Kids. VeeFriends cartoon, 20 episodes. A lot of people still don't know about that. I just told some people this weekend, yeah, man, we're on YouTube Kids. We got 20 episodes of season there. We've got the classic trading card game, much like a Pokemon game, that you can collect, compete, and collect. We've got the VeeFriends minis, which I just opened. These are around the country. If you're interested, just type in VeeFriends minis. I'm not going to show you the link. And Gary and I have the team, everybody has the comic books that we're making. VeeFriends, the comic books, the adventures, the stories. And don't pay attention to that. We do the drawing boards. Right now they're live over on Whatnot, doing a Chrome break. That's one thing I didn't say. The Topps Chrome trading cards are out. Well, they're kind of hard to get right now. They're expensive. And they're I don't know, man. That thing is blowing up. Topps Chrome. And they're live right now over on Whatnot for case break. Ezra Courtney, shout out. That's where you're gonna want to go if you want to buy stuff, or there's giveaways and all kinds of stuff on those streams. It's fun to hang out and chill. So if you're into that, go do that. Check that out. Maybe you'll score something really cool. And this is me. I'm working on comic strips. This is a comic strip for the newspaper that'll come out next Sunday, featuring the three-horned harpic, thoughtful three-horned harpic. Thanks for watching here. This is just me working, so I don't mind if you leave and go to Whatnot, or I don't mind if you stay and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill out. Well, maybe you can do both. I don't know. That's weird. But appreciate you guys hanging out, watching me work for the next little bit of time. I'm going to try and come back tomorrow at the same time, 8 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time. And sometimes when I'm drawing, I'm just thinking of things, you know, stream of consciousness. I think a lot about consciousness lately. Because really, consciousness is all there is. We are just balls of energy and light and thoughts. And somehow, in some way, shape, or form, we're all connected. And you probably can feel that. You might think, you might be a cynical cat. You might think, well, I used to be too. Think like that's it. We're all just, it's a pirate ship. Everybody's just out for themselves. And that's a shame to think that. But if you really dive deep, you go like, you know what? I kind of feel like we're all connected in some way, shape, or form. If only we could all be kinder to each other. You know, I accidentally turned on the news this morning, or I didn't accidentally, there was a tab open and I read the headlines and I was like, man, never ends. War and bad stuff. People just thinking that they're fighting over things as if there's a limit. And that's the secret, is there's really no limit. There's enough for everybody. It's true. It's true. What am I doing? 8. 1. Thanks for hanging out over there on TikTok. Follow us up on @VeeFriends Comics on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're also live on VeeFriends Facebook. VeeFriends Facebook and VeeFriends X. When I'm live on X, there's a lot of viewers that just chill. I guess they just keep it in their stream and it just counts as a watcher. But thanks for chilling out. Appreciate you guys, gals. Somebody else asked if I'm doing any Comic-Cons in the future. We have New York Comic-Con is the big one that's coming in October. I'll definitely be there. We don't have the plans yet for that. We're making some plans for that. And then I am actually going to be live. I should probably talk about this more, I guess. Three Rivers Comic-Con. I don't even know if I can open it up on here. Let's see. Three Rivers Comic-Con. I'll be at Three Rivers Comic Con June 7th through 8th in Pittsburgh at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center. I will have some VFriends stuff. By the way, I made their logo for them a long time ago now. That was the deal. I made a logo for them, and I don't think they had a lot of. The deal was, I'll make the logo for you. I get free tables for life, and it's been a while. See who's coming. There's a list here. There I am. I think they spelled VFriends wrong. That's funny. Hero by Night, Jar Dime. A lot of different old friends. Jim Rugg will be there. My old life of comic book shows. I did comic books for full time for 13 years. And yeah, so that's the next show I'll be at. And I've got some, hopefully if everything comes back from the printer right, I'll have some VFriends related stuff. They're not comic books, but you know, some VFriends stuff for surprises there for people that come. First come, first serve, I will say. There's a couple local VFriends fans I'm sure will show up. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll be able to have something cool. I'm crossing my fingers there because I have things at the printer right now. I'm just hoping they come back right. You never know. I'm feeling 80% good about it. So all right, let's open up this blue one real quick. I used to open up 5 per stream pretty regularly. Dope Dodo does not beat the gold. Be the bigger person. What is this? I love when someone comes in the chat. What is this? I'm drawing a Sunday comic strip right now for newspapers called VFriends. It's one of the elements of VFriends. We're in 72 newspapers around the country. Sunday newspapers. Just a little Sunday comic. And then we also have trading cards. We've got trading cards, comic books, cartoons. We're really building quite a substantial brand around VFriends. It's been around for 4 years. You might not have heard of it, but just look us up. Google it. VFriends. It's like there's a lot of motivation to it. If you don't know Gary Vee, you should look him up too. But a lot of life motivational stuff. Not in like a heavy-handed way, but I would say like here I'm sketching a little dialed-in dog. He's real tiny on this computer though, so I'm not going to really put too much detail. Let's do this. Eyes. Dial in. This is so small. This is just like a sticker on the computer on the less than an inch big or something. It's exactly what I wouldn't say being on a live stream is dialing in. For me, usually if I'm dialing in, I'm shutting off every comm, all the communications, all the Slacks, everything like that. Shutting that off. Let me even check my Slack right now. And then I'm usually shutting off all my communication, and I'm usually dialing in on some big project and only checking my communication, my Slacks, my email and stuff every couple hours, every few hours. But you got to really shut off of those distractions and dial in. There's no time for adventure when you're dialed in. Adventure can wait sometimes. First, you got to get the work done. You got to work hard to play hard, kind of thing. Maybe. Yeah, and Willen said, with all the distractions of today, dialing in is tough. It is. We're so addicted to the devices, and it's easy to say, shut that off. But you find your hands wanting to do something. My wife and I were at a lot of concerts recently, rock shows, and we couldn't help but observe how different it is to be at a rock and roll show, and people are just moving. They're not dancing. They're getting up to go to do this. They're checking their phones. They're shopping. The lady was shopping for dresses in front of us during the Shaky Graves concert. We were just my wife was going to lose her mind. Thought she was going to say something. They were having full conversations about stuff and not watching the music, and it's they couldn't. It's they were programmed now to want to constantly be moving and checking and looking, and it's they're afraid they're going to miss something. And I promise you're not going to miss anything. Everything's going to be right there waiting for you. But man, it's wild to look at the crowd too and see an ant farm. That's what my wife said. She said, it's like an ant farm. It used to be that the fans would just be sitting in their seats, dialed in, watching the show, enjoying the show. And now it's just people coming and going. I got to get a beer. I got to go. They're just constantly moving. I think that's a big part of what's wrong right now, or what's not right. Anxiety and just nervousness, and it's all from the social media stuff, man, for better or worse. So you gotta moderate it, everything in moderation, because I love being able to be here online and with you and working, but gotta use some common sense. It's not healthy to be doing that all the time. It's when your mind goes into a lull, and that's the first thing you think of is, better check my Facebook. What's going on Instagram? Gotta jump in this thing. We're just programmed to do it. Now, I think a good way of breaking out of that, Anwellen, is to get ticked off about it. Someone's programmed you to do that. You're under control. So you gotta be punk rock and be absolutely not. You don't control me. I'm gonna go my own way. I'm gonna shut off these devices and I'm gonna dial in. I'll show you. You think you're listening to me and know what shampoo I buy and whatever. Well, I'll show you. Dial out. Dial out to dial in. How about that? But I'm not being a Luddite or anything. I also think, I love these conveniences of technology if you know how to use it and not let it run your life. I really love it. I love to be able to communicate with friends and build an audience and hang out and set an event. Like if I want to do a drawing club night, it's super easy to set on Facebook and, you know. But yeah, you gotta sometimes just dial out to dial in. Yeah, maybe. Those tickets were kind of expensive to not want to be there. I don't think she was there with a date. Miss Lynch said that the lady might not want to be there. She was shopping for dresses. It was her shopping for dresses and showing the lady beside her, like, look at this dress I'm buying. And it was like, what is happening right now? Shaky Graves is on this stage. What are you doing? What's going on? But try not to judge. But it's just observing it, going, wow, these people can't sit still. It's pretty wild. To the topic of this comic about basically using your imagination. I also have met people that don't know how to use their imagination anymore. They can't fathom it. Like, it's sad. It's like everyone used to play when you were a kid. And then you get older and it's like, it's almost like a stigma. Like that's kid stuff. You can't be playing around like that. And I feel like people lost the ability at some point to use their imagination. You know? Thanks for hanging out. This is me working on a comic strip. It's due tomorrow, so I gotta do the inking and coloring. The lettering's already done. It features the thoughtful 300 Harpic, a little boy that's found a treasure map, and this adult that doesn't want to go on an adventure. He's too busy being dialed in. You know? Normally I would just go till 9:30, but I'm going to keep the stream going till 10. Then I got to go prepare for another meeting that's comic book related, and then I'll be back at it in the afternoon, probably dialed in. Because my goal today is to not be working on this tomorrow morning. I would love to be turning it in tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning. I don't want to be rushing colors, or something like that. I did not take yesterday. I mean, I did relax yesterday for the holiday, but I definitely did a little bit of work because, not that I was behind, but I knew that like the holiday and stuff like that, I just had some other activities and I was not as ahead as I would like to be on some things. But on the flip side, it was nice to recharge, kind of get a sense of, get your bearings a little bit, re-energize. It's always good. One of these half-page comics usually takes about 10 hours straight. Like, this one took, let's see, back to, let's take a look at this one real quick. Canvas, this one took 9 hours and 4 minutes. That's actual drawing time, like screen on. Some of these take, let's see which one this took. The average is about 10 hours. This one was 13 hours. I think it's just because there's a lot more to color and a lot more words on it too. Got a little wordy. This one was, I do track my time, 10 hours, 21 minutes. I was kind of on the road too when I was doing that one. I was in Utah a little bit. And this one so far I'm at 6 hours, 10 minutes. So, I probably have about another 4 hours on this one total. Being on the live stream kind of slows me down a little bit just because I stop to talk and look and hang out. But that's okay because there's some benefit to that too. I like to hang out. People were messaging me going, "Hey man, when are the daily streams coming back?" And I'm like, "Oh man, yeah, I'll get there." I know. It was also a lot easier to do when I was doing the daily comic strip because there was always something to be showing you that I could be drawing. And now there's a couple things I can't show you as I'm working on them because it'll just like heavily spoil, a comic thing. And I'm doing a lot of writing too. I'm doing a lot of comic book writing for the team. I'm working with, I work with Gary and we get the plots and I work up the script and, get that out to the comics team as they're working on books. And that's not fun to watch. And also spoilers and, writing is really hard to show. I cannot write while I'm live streaming. It's just not a thing. Can't have a conversation and be writing at the same time. That's not going to happen. But I've got a pretty fun process for writing comics, though, like comic book stories. My process kind of goes like this a little bit. I get the plot, the overarching plot from Gary or from our story notes. Then I start to write out what we call beats or scenes or bullet points, in a nice little outline, like this needs to happen for this to happen. These things need to happen first. I have different page lengths. So I just wrote a 28-page comic book. Can't tell you which one. I'm not going to tell you which one. But it's a 28-page comic book. And I like to get in there, move things around. I use like a note card system virtually on the Miro board, the little visual board that I have. And then when I get time with Gary, we review a lot of the stories. We're doing that tomorrow, doing a big review. And he'll make his changes and suggestions. Or sometimes he'll just be like, this is awesome, let's rock and roll. But usually the changes or suggestions he has just makes it better. Like, hey, what if, no, what if they should be saying this because this. So it always makes it better. Comic 3 is at the printer, and Will and ask any news on Comic 3. In Dream Wishland, I wanted it to be June 5th, but that's probably not going to happen. It's at the printer right now. As soon as it comes back from the printer, there's also some other scheduled things, private life things and things like that. I want to make sure that the team is aligned on what dates to sell it. So it'll be June. It'll be in June. Technically, Comic number 2. You know, this one came out technically in May. So we have May, then June. This was like the very beginning of May, right before Chrome came out. And so there will be one in June as well. In July. I think we've kind of shifted to the back half of the month. Or the middle of the back half of the month. Just because of scheduling, and it's not an easy task to have everything blind bagged, and you know, there's a lot of process behind the scenes, and you know, sometimes there's mistakes, sometimes we got to stop to fix things, or the production gets, you know, backed up, or the printing production, I mean. So, but June for sure. If it's not June, we got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. I know Gary wants it to be out like right now. Me too. Me too. I am not a patient panda. I'm not. Which is why I put patient panda on my desk. I have deep breaths and go, patience. Patience. We're building this machine for comic books. There's no shortage of stories. Like I said, I think we just got done. Behind the scenes, we're done with issue 4. Issue 3 is at the printer. Issue 5 just got done interiors, but need to be reviewed. A couple other things for issue 5 that need to be tightened up. Issue 6 is done. A lot of pre-press stuff needs to happen for issue 6. Issue 7 is, I just finished the script for that. And that's going to take us all the way through October. Yeah, nuts. And then we got a whole bunch more. So I'd be so afraid of showing something I'm not supposed to while I'm streaming. Miss Lynch says, well, you know, nobody's never told me, DJ, don't show this or show that. It's just common sense. I definitely have shown some things that I wish I wouldn't have shown. Like, you know, I think I showed the Viking once or twice. Just because I was super excited. No one told me I'd not to. And to a certain degree, Gary might just say, like, show it all. Let's go. If you're here and you're watching the stream and you catch something, cool. But yeah, there's definitely some things that I just keep locked down, and I make sure I check myself before I, you know, before I go live. Make sure I'm not going to have an accidental tab open or something like that. Because I know people be out there screenshotting. These VeeFriends fans are legitimate fans. Sometimes I even say some things on the streams where people look into it more than they should, or they're like, wait, didn't you say this? And I'm like, no, I said it could be that. Doesn't mean that anything's canon. The only thing for sure that's canon is when something's in a comic book and printed, it has become canon. That's the rule that we have for now. But then the rules can also be broken. The rules can be changed. That's life. Rules aren't forever. But for now, the rule is if it's in a comic book and it's printed, it's canon. Someone asked how I draw and do the live stream chats as well, and I'm like, well, I show this occasionally, but I've got Instagram there, I've got TikTok here, I've got my OBS there. Way over here, I've got the YouTube, X, Facebook, all that. And then, yeah, that's it. And then if you're looking at me, I've got, this is the camera that I'm looking at, see? So I just move this around a little bit. So it's not the perfect setup, but it works for what I'm doing. I like to show my hands, drawing, my little face, you know, just kind of build. I even want to move this around a little bit. I want to center the iPad screen and have, like, I thought about moving things around. It's always a learning process. And time. Having time to do it, you know. Is another thing. That's tough. Sometimes time runs out. It's part of it. Who's my favorite VFriends? I like Humble Hedgehog and Flexing Fox. I think those are my two favorite VFriends. And as to why, I would say being humble is a superpower for sure. Ego is the enemy. And number two, like, don't always be looking for credit. Even if you know you've done something, don't seek that glory. Just seek the work. Don't chase the glory. Work hard and be satisfied. Keep these coins near my desk. Little worry coins, they're called, but this one says, worrying is like paying a debt that you don't owe. It's just a little worry coin, little thing to fidget with. You know. What about you? Mixa Cartoons, what are your favorite VFriends? And why? Alex Morales, you're new. Thanks for watching over on YouTube while Mixa asks I'm live on, if you don't know, I'm live on at VeeFriends Comics on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X right now. I'm working on a VeeFriends Comics for a Sunday comic strip. It'll look something like this. It'll be in newspapers across the country. 72 different newspapers have it. But we also have, if you're brand new to VeeFriends, make sure you're checking out VeeFriends.com. We've got Topps Chrome out. We've got free comic books here. You can read the free comic, VeeFriends number 2 and number 1. You just click that on the comics page. You can go right into the adventures of VeeFriends, which it's not like little kid stuff. There's a kid hacking here, hacking crypto wallets, doing a phishing scam, which unfortunately is becoming way more prevalent. Anyways, there's that. There's the secret origin of Fearless Fairy. We have over 280 characters. Here's a Gary B there. Fairy flowers blooming. Very curious. You can read all these comics for free and more at VeeFriends.com. We also have a Whatnot channel on Whatnot. That's a different app that you use for live commerce, and we also do drawing shows on there. Right now they're doing a Topps Chrome break on there, and they've got all different types of giveaways and things that happen. We also do the drawing boards, live drawing boards. Sometimes we sell some prints, sometimes we have some things available there. Corso and I are usually live on the drawing board on 10 a.m. on Thursdays. But this is just my stream where I'm drawing the comic strip. So I'm DJ. Hello. I'm DJ, the director of comics here at VeeFriends. We do comic books, comic strips, all different types of storytelling. Um, the premise here for this one is about a little boy that finds a treasure map. It's time for adventure. Thoughtful heartbreak. So let's show him. And he's showing him. There is a twist. There's a twist to this I'm not showing you. You'll have to wait till Sunday to see what the twist is. But yeah, he's like, I ain't got time for that. Could be the dad, could be an adult, uncle, whatever, could be whatever. But there's a twist at the end. Fearless Fairy and Creative Crab, because I love creativity and the shows. This is a mix of cartoons over on TikTok's and favorite VeeFriends. Fearless Fairy, Creative Crab, because I love Creative Crab, and she shows me to not let fear get to you. That's right. It's easy to be afraid of things. Yeah, there's kids' cartoons on YouTube, trading cards. Welcome to VeeFriends. And if you're brand new and hanging out, email us at comics@VeeFriends.com. It's just Corso and I get that. We love to say hello. Let us know a little bit about yourself, and maybe we'll send you something as a welcome to VeeFriends. I'd like to say that we're building something like a Pokemon right in your face. Brand new IP. It's basically more like a Pokemon with purpose. Because it's here to remind you, use your imagination. Don't just use your imagination. Pursue your passions. Be happy. Spread kindness. Don't be afraid. Be fearless. People control you with fear out there. Don't fall for it. Stick to your guns. Find what you love to do and somehow do it. Period. That's what's up. Because if you don't, you're going to be unhappy. You're going to live with regret. And that ain't the way to be. That's not the way to be, guys. Fearless Fairy is in the cartoon show. Yes, she has a mouth in the cartoon show. In the comic book, she does not have a comic. If you've read the comic book, go to the VeeFriends.com. Read the Fearless Fairy origin story. She's over here adventuring. How she finds her wand or wands. There's a whole story there. So get over and read that if you haven't read it. Or bookmark it or whatever. I'll try to be back here in the mornings this week, since I'm kind of locked in at home here and not traveling. So I'll get back to these 8 a.m. streams. Thanks for watching. Subscribe on YouTube as well. I'm not out of here yet. I'm here till 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. There are other origins of VeeFriends. You just have to get on that list. Make sure that you are following the VeeFriends comics. All of our comics will be for free to read after they come out, a couple weeks after they come out in book form. So you'll always be able to read the comics and get to know and love the characters. Some of the origins we don't know yet because Gary hasn't told us, and he won't tell us. He messes with us. Everybody wants to know the character who was born in 1997. He won't tell us. Not yet. Someone said he knows. He doesn't know. Or someone said he doesn't know. He's just messing with you. And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of feel like he does know. And he gets some joy out of being the only one that knows who was born in 1997. That's the name of a character, by the way. We do have some strange names, I know. Like names that wouldn't normally be character names. Like your poor relationship with time is your greatest vulnerability. That's the name of a character. It's different. Yeah, they're live on Whatnot now. We're going to be live on Whatnot a lot more. So the Whatnot streams are definitely, they're selling a lot of cards and they do a lot of giveaways. I would say just be careful. It gets addicting. Don't buy things you can't afford. You don't need to buy anything to be a member of the VFriends community. You could just read the comics and hang out in the community. We've got, I'd say, one of the best communities around. And I've been around a minute. I've been involved in a lot of comic book communities. You don't see this with Marvel and Disney and things like that. You just don't. There could be Spider-Man fans and things like that, but there's a real community that's built around VFriends, and everybody's looking out for each other. We've got members that are dealing with fighting things, fighting life, cancer, going through good times, bad times, and everybody's kind of there for each other. And I think that's one of my favorite things about the VFriends vibe, is that the people really live it. You live the positivity and the kindness, generosity, and really giving a damn about each other, I didn't know Jake Paul was born in 1997. That's interesting. That would be interesting. If that dorky looking kid was Jake Paul. I don't think so, but let's open up let's spin this around. Spin it around. Oh, shoot. Green versus yellow. Green versus yellow in the chat. Green versus yellow in the chat. There we go. One last opening for today. I'm glad that you found the stream today, man. Thank you. Thank you for joining. That's why we're here. Good morning, Michelle, over on Instagram. We're live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, where I love people to join from on YouTube and subscribe. Hey, say yellow or green in the chat while I'm talking. We're live on all those channels. We're live on VFriends X and Facebook. So we're live on a lot of channels right now. Looks like we're going to go green. One more. Let's see. Yellow or green? Thanks so much for watching today. Green. Alex, for sure. We do a lot of giveaways and things too, so just chill out, hang out, be part of the community, and we'll see you on the future streams. What do we got here? We've got a balanced beetle. I am going to move balanced beetle to the top of the pencil just because I can. These are the VFriends minis. They're in vending machines around the country. I may or may not have seen future ones that are coming out that are really sweet. Balanced beetle. All about finding that balance in life. I don't know even know where I'm watching. I just click whatever link I'm sent. You're on YouTube. I can see the little YouTube icon next to your name. This is pretty good. I've inked 2 tiers here in the last couple hours talking to you guys. I got a couple minutes left on the stream. Appreciate you watching and hanging out. We got a lot of work to do today. A lot of work to do. This is a comic strip that's due tomorrow sometime, but I'd really like to get it done today, just so I could bust into some other stuff tomorrow. But we might go live 8 a.m. tomorrow too. Don't know what I'll be drawing. I got a couple things in mind. Try to have some things scheduled to draw that I'm not just figuring it out as I go, because we've got a lot to do and I can't spoil things, but might be able to show you some up and coming things too if you hang out on these streams. I don't do giveaways as much as I do on these shows. Sometimes if I'm feeling generous. If you're brand new to VFriends, make sure you email us at comics@vfriends.com. We'd love to hook you up with something. Just say hello. Thanks for joining, spending your time with me. Time is the only thing that we really have, commodity-wise. Time is the greatest. Everybody has it. How you choose to spend it is your... Don't waste it. So I'm glad that you're spending it with me for a little bit. Even just the people that spend just a couple minutes. We're early here in my day. It's 9:53 a.m. I've been live since 8 o'clock. Whatever else you're going to do today, don't stress out. Take everything as it comes. Good, the bad, the ugly. Just know that whatever challenges you're facing are going to build you stronger, or there's a reason that you're going through it. Breakups, losing your job, bad meetings, but there's also so many good things that are going on too. So make sure you're savoring the, hey, your animal just wants to chill out with you. Or you've taken a nice walk and the weather's nice. You could feel your toes. There's so many things to be grateful for. Don't waste it. Be careful what you put your mind on, because the universe will give you more of what you think about. So be mindful of that. Everybody have a great day. See you later, Clem. We'll see you. All right. It's a pretty good end. Pretty good inking session here. Got a lot to do left on this one, but thanks for watching. I'll be back here tomorrow, 8 a.m. Cheers to you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. VFriends are forever. Join the community. Head over to Whatnot. Check out the Whatnot streams. Bookmark some of those. Meet some of the other team members. Ezra, Courtney are live right now. Breaking some Chrome cards. Tomorrow, 4:15. Corso and Allie. Doing the drawing board. 10 a.m. Thursday drawing board. One of my favorite shows. VFriends Unleashed. Content not suitable for all ages. Yeah. Get in there. Watch all these shows. We're getting a lot of live happening. We're going to be live and in your face. A lot. We'll see you soon. Have a good day.